Scorpio, the title of this video talks about maybe somebody just wasn't quite ready. For some of you, maybe you were too young. Maybe it happened too fast. For some of you, maybe it came too soon. And for some of you, there could have been other people involved that created this drama and problems that your relationship could never really get off the ground the way it should have. For some of you, this could have been family members involved. And for some of you, this could have definitely been other people in general. Friends, associates, co-workers, whatever. Now, the card that came up first for you guys for the month of June, Scorpio, is the Eight of Swords. With the Eight of Swords, this is talking about things just making you feel trapped, making you feel completely unsure about a situation. For some of you, there was a lot of panic or devastation. For some of you, this feeling that's coming through here for June, it feels almost like a back and forth type of situation because your emotions have you completely trapped, Scorpio. You're trapped. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, the question is, are you trapped voluntarily or are you trapped involuntarily? For everybody, it's going to be different for sun, moon, and rising Scorpios. Now, Scorpios, I want to say that for those of you who just weren't quite ready for all of it, or maybe it's reversed, because depending on how you're reading this or watching this video, it could have been where they weren't ready, because, you know, when this person may have came into your life, it feels like they didn't expect to have the feelings that they got. They did not plan on falling in love with you. That's not how it went. See, this was starting out as a convenience, and this started out as just a thing, and it started out as just, you know, yeah, you look good, or yeah, I look good, or yeah, they look good. Somebody look damn good. For some of you, somebody may have mistaken your kindness for weakness. For some of you, Scorpios, sun, moon, and rising, somebody may have thought they could play you. Somebody may have thought that they could have you at their convenience. Again, the word convenience. When it was convenient for them. For some of you, unfortunately, during the month of June, your mind will continue to race about this relationship, about this situation. For some of you, it was very situational. For some of you, it was very coincidental. Even though I don't really like to believe in coincidences, I feel like everything is definitely meant to happen one way or the other. But I'm going to say that during this month of June, Scorpios, either you or your partner are going to want to rehash a situation, are going to want to go over some details, are going to want to try to make something make sense. See, you're stuck because either you didn't get the closure. Some of you did not get the closure that you needed so that you could step away, move forward, forget them, move on. Some of you may have gotten some type of answer or some type of reasoning as to what the hell went on. But it just feels like a lot of you could have challenged it. A lot of you could have fought harder. A lot of you thought maybe you should have fought harder. Some of you may have felt that you were in a competition with someone else. Or some of you, unfortunately, were dealing with a narcissistic person. Somebody who just completely gaslighted you and made you feel as if first you were enough, and then they made you feel like you weren't enough. And then they kept going back and forth like a yo-yo with messages to you, even messages that they didn't so-called speak right out to you. But the body language, the actions that they took, the different things that they said and done gave you mixed messages. In June, all of this turmoil, all of these mixed messages, all of these things that feel like they're still up in the air, not resolved. Oh, June is going to be a great month for Scorpios. Because in the month of June, Scorpios, you're going to be able to take off that blindfold. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's time to do your striptease act now, Scorpios. It's time to take it all off. Take off the blindfold. Take off the bandages. Take off the rope that's binding you. Take it all off. Get your feet wet. Take a step forward. Walk out of that fence that you think you're tied to. Now listen, Scorpios. Now some of you might be stripping. I don't know. I ain't trying to be personal. But I am saying, for real, they ain't shit. That's all it comes down to. They ain't shit. Okay? Who's the shit? You're the shit. Scorpio, you're the shit. Them, they ain't shit. Remember one thing, Scorpio. The only person that is going to have regrets in the long run with this situation is them. During the month of June, you're going to begin to take your power back. Scorpio, they won't be able to run circles around you. You'll run circles around them. You're the one that is going to be able to make happen what it is that you desire to happen. Do you want them gone out of your life, done because you've had enough? Are you spent? Are you worn out from them? Are you exhausted? Because if so, you're going to be able to put an end to this and say, you know what? I'm out of it. I'm so done with this. I am so tired of being treated this way. I feel like a freaking yo-yo. Yeah, like a yo-yo. You know what a yo-yo does, right? It's back and forth, back and forth. But the truth is, some of you really have had enough. No doubt. Now, there is a few of you, slow learners, sorry, but there is a few of you who will continue this back and forth yo-yo thing because, you know, you got so used to the toxic situation. You got so used to keep trying to prove yourself over and over and over again. You kept trying to be that kid in school that your parents said, listen, you got to get a B. I don't want a D on your report card. I want a B. And you kept trying and you kept trying because you're a people pleaser. And you just keep trying to please and keep trying to please. Meanwhile, who's pleasing you? Who's pleasing you, Scorpio? In the month of June, damn well better be somebody. Better start with you. You need to be pleasing yourself, doing things that make you happy. Get yourself to where you need to be. Now, what I'm going to say here is, Scorpio, when this person had the audacity, I'm not going to curse too much, when this person had the audacity, like the Six of Swords, when they thought they could just come and go as they pleased, yep, like I said, convenience, remember? But as they would come and go as they pleased, when it was a good day for them, when it was good timing for them, when they didn't have nothing else more important, so-called, to do. Oh, for a lot of you, they came over, you ate together, you cooked for them or whatever, hung out, did the booty calls, did everything and thought that was love. For a lot of you, and I'm sorry, for a lot of you, it wasn't love, it was lust. Now, there's two L words, and I get it, you can get confused. But, you know, you have to remember, was it your mind that wanted to make it love and making love and all that good stuff? Or was it what they said? Now, be careful, because sometimes we hear what we want to hear. Scorpios in June. Some of you are going to give it to them good. Some of you, and when I say give it to them good, you know what I'm talking about. The boom boom. Some of you, oh, they're going to come back and you're pretty much going to just tear their butt up. You're just going to tear them up. For some of you, they're going to come back and it's just going to be another argument in June. It's just going to be another trying to get them to tell you the truth. And it's like, well, why don't you just tell me? I know you was with so-and-so. I know what you were doing. Why don't you just admit it? Everybody knows it. So-and-so told me. But they're not going to admit it. They're not going to admit it. Like, no, it was a misunderstanding. Or we were just friends. Or, no. It's some of you, when this person tries to reach out to you and tries to talk to you after they've already ghosted, after they already just disappeared when they felt like it, and then weeks later or months later, then they call, hey, what's up? How you doing? What? Who the hell's this? That's what you should say. Wrong number. Click. For a lot of you, you're not going to tolerate it. They're going to contact you in June. And you're so hurt and so devastated, this one group of Scorpios, you're just like, you know what? No. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. For some of you, you are tossing this around. Now, mind you, I'm reading for so many of you, and I hear 100,000 scenarios in my head. But for some of you, you're weighing it out. You're weighing out the options. Well, you're trying to find all the good things. Well, they were kind of nice to me, or they were good in bed, or they did buy me some things, or he did pay my electric bill, or he did make my car note that one time, or he said, I'm going to meet his family. He said he's going to do this. He says he's going to get me a ring. He said we're going to get engaged. He said I'm the only one. He said he was going to work really hard. In June, he tells you, I want to make it up to you. I want to fix it. I can do better. I want to show you the person I can be. A lot of you are going to fall for this. Really, Keisha? A lot of you are going to fall for this. A lot of you want so much to believe, but you know what the truth is. Don't make me say these cards. You know what they are. You know what that is. You know what that is. You know that's the Eight of Cups. Ain't that the Eight of Cups? That's the Eight of Cups. You know. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Beyond the benefit of a doubt. Sadly, for some of you. Now, I'm not saying all of them were bad. I'm not. There's no way possible that out of 100,000 people that all of them can be bad. Even if there's 20 people on here, all could be bad. It's not possible. Listen, there's good in everybody. There really is. For some people, though, you got to really dig for it. You really got to look for it. You got to use a magnifying glass to freaking find it. I mean, you know. But, you know, the nerve and the audacity that Scorpio's partner had to make you feel like a piece of shit, like you just gave up on everything. They took everything away. You know, you gave everything but your last breath to them, and they act like they did all the sacrificing, is what I see. That's a bunch of bullshit. Sorry for cursing, excuse me. I regret that. Sorry, YouTube. But that's a bunch of bull. For a lot of you, overextended yourself. Went above and beyond in so many ways. Put your own stuff on hold to get their stuff accomplished. Went time without sleeping because they worked a different shift. Made sure they had everything they needed while you went without. For some of you, they didn't even give you a dime. They didn't give you anything but a headache. And for a lot of you people who got the headache, you Scorpios, a lot of you that got the headache from these bastards or bastardettes, male or female, whichever one we're talking about. Whichever one gave you the headache, whoever got the headache, I'm saying, it wasn't worth it. You're seeing it now that it wasn't worth it. When you look back, some of you were just roommates. You were just like roommates. Because this person never took you anywhere, or they never introduced you to their friends or family, or they never got you involved with anything. You're just their little kept secret who stayed home and cleaned up and did what you had to do, but laid down when they wanted you to. And yet you were willing to settle for that to be enough, and they acted like it wasn't good enough. Now this person, in June, they got nerve to sit there as if they got the option, as if they got the right to make the choice or decision for you. That's all I could say. This person, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I'm talking to all of you. This person is looking out over everything, as if they're going to get the final say, as if they get to decide whether you come back or you don't, or if they get to decide whether you're going to let them come back or not. It's not up to them. Oh. So some of you may be dealing with somebody in law enforcement, or somebody who's wearing a uniform, or somebody who is thinking that they are the judge and the jury. Oh, I see. You're dealing with somebody who just, maybe they're a Libra. Maybe they are another air sign. For some of you, yes. Some of you, Deborah, some of you, you could be dealing with somebody who's in jail right now. You could be dealing with somebody that has something to do with law enforcement. It is the Justice card. It is definitely somebody around uniforms or in uniform. And if you're in jail, you're wearing a uniform. And if you're working in jail, you're wearing a uniform. If you're a cop, you're wearing a uniform. Hell, if you're a judge, you're wearing a gown, or whatever they call it. No disrespect to any judges out there. But I will say, for some of you, your partner's going to figure something out. They're going to realize and understand, you know what? It's do or die here. It's either you're all in or you're all out. Because I'll tell you what, Scorpios during June and July are not going to tolerate no BS. They're strictly business right now. Right now, a lot of Scorpios are trying to figure out what's the next step for their finances. What's the next step in their career. Because they realize that they can't depend on this relationship, so they're focusing on things they can depend on. Money, career, family, friends. Oh yeah, Scorpios ain't stupid. No, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you got it in your chart, you ain't stupid. You are not stupid by far. You yourself know better. Oh yeah, you might have been played, but that's not because you were stupid. That's because you were sensitive, and because you're caring, and because you're lovable, and because you give everybody a damn third, fourth, fifth, and eighth chance. But when that tower moment came in back a few months ago, some of you, it was around January. For some of you, it could have been 8 months ago. For some of you, it could have just been back in March. For some of you, it could have just happened in the beginning of May. Exactly, BB. But for a lot of you, when this tower moment came in, yeah, it was definitely terrifying for you. You had no clue what was going on. And that tower moment came in and it went out. Now, like I said, in the month of June, be careful. Because love's coming up out of the blue. They're coming quick. They're coming in fast. And they're going to talk really quick. They're going to be a quick talker. If they're a quick talker, you got to be a quick listener. You got to know what they're doing. I want you to look real close at what they're doing. Really close. I want you to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I want you to watch out, because when I get this card, you guys know, if you've watched my readings, you know what this card means. Fast. They're coming in quick. Something's coming really fast. Don't say I didn't warn you. We're in June now. So as of today, they could come anytime. For some of you, this is going to be welcoming. For some of you, you're wanting to give it another chance. You're going to want to work this out in June. For some of you, it may go very well for the month of June. But by August, come back to me. We'll find out. For some of you, this person's coming back, but you can't believe who they say they are. They're trying to tell you they're different now. They've changed. They ain't changed in a month. Leopards don't usually change their stripes, or tigers, or whoever the hell they are. One of them tigers things don't do it. Anyway, somebody's going to be very determined. They're going to really, really Listen, I know you might be saying, nope, nope, Ellen, I'm done. I don't want it. I'm not taking them back. That's all I can say. It's different when they're knocking at the door and you open that door. For some of you, you're writing them. For some of you, you're paying for them damn phone calls. Stop that. Stop paying for them. Tell them to write you. Tell them to write you. Don't keep playing all that money on them damn phones. Don't keep paying all that. This is teletext or whoever the hell's calling. Don't do it. Stop that. Let that money that you put on there run out. And you tell them on the next phone call that, you know what, write me. You're bored there all day. You ain't got nothing else to do. You ain't in there working. So write me. For some of you, some of your partners are going to get out on probation very soon. They're going to get on parole or probation very soon. And when they do, they're going to need you. Well, if you want to be the doormat again, okay, but some of you might be afraid. Oh, thank you, BB. I love pizza. You know me too well. Some of you want to be afraid of what's going on because you're scared of this person. You're afraid if you don't let them come back, or if they think you have somebody else, that they're going to hurt you or come after you. But the truth is, thank you, Karen Crespo, but the truth is there's an imbalance here. You know you deserve better. Why are you allowing the toxicity in the month of June? June is an opportunity. Today's only June 1st. You don't have to do it this way. You can change this up. There is better coming. Trust me. But you know, you're going to choose the dog or you're going to choose the wild animal. Some of you don't know what you're going to get. Some of you with that moon, it's still a very deceiving. But you're going to need your strength in June. You're going to need your strength to keep your boundaries and stick up for yourself. All right, transformation. For a lot of you, the strength card is going to be, you know what, if you have the tarot decks at home, keep that strength card in your pocket or in your wallet. And every time you start to feel weak or you're going to give in, pull out that card. Pull out that strength card. And remember, some of you have your guardian angels on the other side or a family member on the other side as your guardian angel, protecting you and trying to keep you from making the same mistake again. Some of you are definitely living the definition of insanity because you're doing the same thing over and over and you're expecting a different outcome. That's not possible. It is absolutely freaking not possible. You can't possibly do the same thing over and over and get a different outcome. The only thing you can is if you're playing a slot machine. Well, maybe then you get a different outcome if you put enough money in. Scorpios, for June, a lot of you are going to be okay because a lot of you are going to keep moving the way you want to move. A lot of you are going to make it so, you know what, they can come around you at your convenience. You'll be like, you know what, not today. Sorry. Or I'm going out with my friends today. Maybe next week. Or I'll call you. Show them what it's like to be put on hold. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. Put them on hold. That's what I should have titled this phone right here. I should have done it today when I was doing this video. I should have put it as put them on hold. Because it is, hey, Louise Rivera, how you doing? Yeah, put them on hold. Show them what it's like. Let them wait for you. See, you got to remember, you're the prize. You're the cookie. And they want that cookie. So whatever you say, they're going to do in order to get that. You can make them wait as long as you want to wait. And they'll wait. And even if they go somewhere else, it's not going to be you. So if they want that challenge, they're going to want to be you. Wow, transformation, cool. So they're going to want to be you. Be with you. They're not going to want the other person. They're going to want you. Create the challenge for them. Okay, Scorpios? And you'll see what's going to come in June. Promise you. Let's do it together. Create the challenge. Don't give in so easy. Make them work really hard for it. You're going to surprise yourself on how hard they're going to be willing to work. Okay? So, I am going to end this for Scorpio. And I will be back in just a little bit, and we'll find out what Aries has to say. We're going to mix this up a bit.